Today, we will be discussing the top 5 creepiest videos caught on webcam. If you love to feel the hair on the back of your neck stand straight up, this video is for you. You should know that it gets creepier by the minute. So if I were you, I would stay till the end. Number 5. Secret roommate. Have there been times you returned home only to find things in different places from where you left them? Chances are you tried to convince yourself that you were confused or imagining things. But what if you weren't? Would it terrify you to learn that they were actually moved by an unknown roommate? One day, a New Yorker named Joe began to notice that his food had been disappearing from his apartment. He asked the one person who had access to his place, his girlfriend, who said she had nothing to do with the disappearing food. When his girlfriend denied knowing anything about the situation, he decided to set up his webcam to catch her in the act. What he didn't know was that he was about to be shocked more than he could have ever imagined. His webcam video footage showed an unknown woman sneaking down into the kitchen of his apartment through a small door close to the ceiling. She lowered herself into the kitchen, using things around, and when she reached the ground, she headed straight to Joe's sink and eased herself. Yes, she pissed in his sink. After this, Joe's lovely roommate helps herself to a container of milk in his fridge. She continues to steal food from his fridge until sounds coming from the other room alerted her that Joe was awake. The lady quickly got out of the frame to hide as Joe walked into the kitchen to get something from the fridge, totally unaware of the intruder's presence. A few seconds after Joe leaves the kitchen, the lady comes back into the frame and continues to raid his fridge. After much investigation, it turned out that the woman had astonishingly been living in Joe's apartment secretly for months. He notified the authorities at once, and after a thorough search, the woman was found in a cramped space in the ceiling, the same space she crawled out from in the footage. Joe's secret roommate had been rendered homeless and had somehow found a way to sneak into his apartment. If you ever come home to find something strange and out of place, you had better put your webcam to good use. You never know who might be sharing a home with you. Number 4. Sky City. China is known for its tall buildings and captivating cities. But what if we told you it is believed by many to be haunted? A few years back, dozens of people recorded a strange sighting in China, some of them via their webcams. Oddly enough, they recorded a sky city floating in the Chinese skyline. The videos show a group of skyscrapers floating above the clouds. Nobody knows what this phenomenon was exactly, and there has been no solid explanation for it to this day. Some people are of the opinion that it was simply an optical illusion, and others think it's perhaps a parallel universe. Another school of thought believes that it was a test by NASA, or even a secret government program to control the weather. Regardless of what you believe, one thing is certain. It's a creepy-ass sight to behold. One that would have surely been passed off as fake if it hadn't been caught by various Chinese citizens. Number 3. Chip Chan. Using webcams, some people stream live videos to share important memories with their family, friends, and social media followers in real time, while some others even make multi-million-dollar careers out of it. Some, however, use them a bit differently. Since 2008, a woman by the name of Chip Chan has been streaming her entire life on the internet. No, we don't mean episode by episode. Chip Chan never stopped streaming. The South Korean owns a vlog, and it is, let's just say, very creepy. And that's putting it lightly. When she started gaining an audience, her viewers, not knowing what in the hell they were watching, would think that she had passed away while recording, because she would sit completely motionless in a particular position, as if rooted to the spot. As creepy and bizarre as it sounds, she never leaves her house. She never does anything. Really, it's quite literally an insane sight to behold. Some people began to wonder if she may have been abducted and forced to stay in the recorded room. So some experts took it upon themselves to investigate. They shockingly found signs that she might have a chip implanted in her by a kidnapper, causing her to sleep for 12 hours a day. However, a less preposterous school of thought believes that she perhaps has schizophrenia, hence her decision to record her whole life, one frame at a time. We would actually really love to hear your thoughts on this one. Why does Chip Chan keep streaming her life? Number 2. Hit by a hammer. Did you know that about 30% of the world's population sleepwalk? And even more eerily, only half of that percentage are aware they do so. Simply put, half of the people who sleepwalk have no idea that they are sleepwalkers. Many people get up at night, walk around, and go back to bed without ever knowing that they are doing so. Some do pretty strange things and return to bed absolutely clueless. A lady by the name of Miss Carpenter belonged to this peculiar set of people. She would frequently find things misplaced around the house after waking up in the mornings. At first, she thought she might be getting visits from a burglar, so she devised a plan to catch said burglar in the act. She decided to leave her webcam on overnight. Oddly enough, the next morning she woke up with blood on her head. Could she have been hit by the burglar she was determined to catch? Wait a minute. Did they attempt to kill her in her sleep? The answers to all these questions were on her webcam. She took a look at the footage, and she was shocked at what she saw. The camera footage showed her sleepwalking into the kitchen. Wait, so she was literally the burglar. She picked up a hammer and swung at the webcam various times, but kept on missing. She then begins to slam her head into the computer several times, which explained the blood on her head. She then dropped the hammer and walked out of the kitchen, but not without turning off the light. So she is at least an environmentally conscious sleepwalker. We can't help but wonder if she remembered that her webcam was on in her sleep, and if that's why she attacked the computer. Let us know what you think about this odd occurrence in the comment sections below. Are you a sleepwalker? Number 1. Dear David. New York illustrator Adam Ellis has been updating his Twitter profile since 2017 about scary events that occur in his apartment. According to Ellis, he has been haunted by a ghost he had seen in his dreams. The first time Ellis saw a boy in his dreams, he reported that he was suffering from sleep paralysis. In this dream, Ellis saw a child with a large dent on the side of his head, sitting in a rocking chair at the foot of his bed. A few moments passed, and the child launched himself at Adam. Thankfully, just as he was about to reach his bed, Ellis awoke from his sleep screaming. After that, he shared a drawing he made of the child he had seen online. In another dream, Ellis met with a little girl in a library. She softly asked if he had ever met Dear David. Upon inquiry, she told Ellis that Dear David appears at midnight in the form of a small boy and allows dreamers to ask him 2 questions, but would kill them if they asked a third. Before you get creeped out, there is more. Adam Ellis continued to have these dreams until he moved into a new apartment, where things got even worse. His cat started exhibiting strange behaviors, gathering at the front door at midnight, and while staring at the door, like there was something or someone on the other side. This went on for 4 days in a row, until Ellis decided to look through the peephole. Once he looked through, he saw a figure move. After this, the young illustrator was frightened and began using different gadgets to track and understand what was happening in his apartment during the night. Unfortunately, he continued to get vague results, and these results doubled his fears. At his wit's end, Ellis set up a webcam and some motion capture cameras to watch his apartment when he was away. The camera caught footage of his cats behaving strangely, moving and looking around as if they were watching unseen people moving through the apartment. There was also footage of several household decorations falling out of place without ever being touched. As if that wasn't enough, the dreams of Dear David returned, and this time they were even more horrifying. Eventually, the cameras in the house caught footage of the ghost or entity that he suspected was roaming his place. Some of the still footage shows a child sitting in Ellis's chair, staring at the ceiling. Others show him standing over Ellis watching him sleep. Maybe it's time to watch your webcam or CCTV footage. You never know what creepy events have been happening right under your nose. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. Feel free to tap on the other videos on your screen to continue watching the channel. As always, guys, stay insane.